The weekly Industry Angel podcast hears from business leaders and entrepreneurs who share their stories and that all-important light bulb moment. This can inspire us all and maybe scratch that itch and kickstart that idea that keeps you awake at night. Welcome to episode 36 of the Industry Angel. Well, there's only 12 days left to Christmas as I record this. I hope you've had a great time at your get-togethers, and I'm sure they've got some planned. You've earned the break, so one final push before the festivities. We've got a special Christmas edition planned for you. You've got the opportunity to ask me or a past guest a question. You can either email it in, host@industryangel.com, and I'll read it out. Or you can catch me on a Skype call or via our recording browser, and you can be on the show. If you've got a mic, we can sort it out. So you've got the opportunity to tell us who you are, where you're from, and ask a question. So that should be good fun. I'll edit them all together, and hopefully we'll have a good episode. Okay, on to today's guest. Today we have fellow podcaster and one of Australia's leading internet marketers. Welcome to the Industry Angel, John Lagoudakis.
Hey, thank you very much for having me in.
Good stuff. Now, did I get your surname right?
You did very, very well.
It's unusual. So you're over there in Brisbane, are you, John?
Yeah, that's right. Beautiful here.
Is it? Oh, it'll be warming up about now, yeah.
Yeah, we like in Brisbane. Winter last year was on a Wednesday. That's how good it is here.
But what you're talking, 30 degrees C or?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's just really, it's a beautiful place, awesome weather. Yeah, love it.
I'm not jealous. We've probably got about 7 degrees C here at the moment.
Right.
So, John, you've been featured on CNN, Money, Forbes, Fortune, Newsweek, Today Show, all this good stuff. What have you been up to? What have you done? How have you done that?
Okay, look, the way I did that is I did really well promoting affiliate offers, in other words, other people's products on ClickBank. So for those that are listening that maybe not know what ClickBank is, it's one of the largest digital marketplaces in the world. So people go there to sell their books, their software, their memberships, things that people can buy and get access to immediately. And anyone can sign up as an affiliate for free, and you can start promoting other people's products. And look, I found out about it by accident. This is back in 2007, 2006, 2007. I hopped online because let me roll it back a little bit. So I was running an IT support business, and I was fixing for small, medium-sized businesses, home users, fixing their computers and their software issues and all that. And it was okay. Like, I had a bit of time flexibility, but I wanted to be home more. I had a young family, had 3 young kids at that stage. My wife and I were living here in Brisbane. We didn't have any other family to support us. So I wanted to have more time flexibility. So I started looking for ways to be able to achieve that. I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. That was a big change, life changer for me. It just changed everything, the way I looked at life. And one of the things it says in that book is an easy way to get started, to have more financial freedom, time freedom, is to start a network marketing business. So I did that. And for anyone that's done that, I'm sure many of us have, you talk to all your family and friends, and no one, and it's terrible, having to approach your family and friends, but that's all you have really. And once you've exhausted that, and I did okay there, but I needed to find more people. So I hopped online to try to grow my business. And I had some success online building up my network marketing business. Not great success, but I had some success. But I kept on coming across this affiliate marketing. It was everywhere. Where I was trying to promote my network marketing business, I kept coming across this affiliate marketing, making money with ClickBank. So I tried a few different things. I bought a few ebooks to teach me how to do it. Tried it, failed. Eventually bought a book about a year into it that had a simple strategy. He was a great guy, taught very clearly, gave it a go, and it worked. At that point, I was using Google AdWords to promote CPA offers, and I spent $1 in advertising. I made $2 sales. I made $1 profit immediately. Now, I was really excited, so I went all out on it. I was making good money with CPA offers. Then I went over to ClickBank, started promoting ClickBank products with Google AdWords back when you could do that and it wasn't too expensive. It's back in 2007. And I was doing so well that within 8 months, I was able to call my IT clients and say, hey, I'm not fixing your computers anymore. And I was doing it full time from January 2008. I was doing so well. I was actually shocked. In 2009, when I got a message from ClickBank telling me I was one of their top 100 affiliates worldwide, and they actually featured me in a book that was being released with other top affiliates, and that's how I got all that exposure that you're talking about, Ian.
So we're talking CPA there, like cost per acquisition. So how were you promoting those affiliates? Did you have a blog or?
All Google AdWords. So I would...
Really?
Wow. Yep, all Google AdWords. And again, this is back in 2007 when you could do that and it was reasonable price. So today, the clicks are the costs are too high. There's more competition. Google doesn't even allow you to use affiliate links, or as far as I know anyway, with ClickBank, and most probably with CPA networks as well. So it's changed a lot over the years. On average, I was getting 100% return on investment on my advertising spend.
You know, I think a term that's used quite a lot now is passive income. So is this what it was like for you? Were you kind of waking up in the morning and seeing how things were going?
Oh, it was awesome. It's true. I was, and it's terrible. Look, if anyone's done online advertising, you know, and especially affiliate marketing, and you worked and you're making money with ClickBank, when you first start out, you're always logging into your ClickBank account and checking your stats, right? You want to see, have I made a sale? Have I made a sale? Actually, no joke, I bought this software program. It was, cheap. It cost me like $10 maybe, something like that. And what it would do, it would actually, instead of me having to log into my ClickBank account, it would notify me on my desktop when I made a sale. And I got it to play a cha-ching sound. Right?
Oh,
and you know what? And I used to love it when I'm on my computer working away, all of a sudden, cha-ching. But, it's true. Every morning I'd wake up, and usually because I was in Australia and most of my sales were US based, so I'd wake up in the morning and majority of my sales had already been made overnight while I was sleeping. So I'd wake up, check my stats, and sure there was a lot of sales, and it was fantastic. But you know what happened? I woke up one morning and I was devastated, Ian. I was devastated because I woke up, checked my inbox, or checked my...
No cha-ching sound, was there?
There was no cha-ching. I checked my ClickBank account. There was no sales. I was shocked. Never happened before. Maybe very rarely. Anyway, so I thought, okay, look, just could have been really slow. Really, really slow. So anyway, I checked my email. I checked my Google AdWords account, and nothing was happening there. I was getting no impressions, nothing. Then I'm really freaking out. Check my inbox, and there's an email from Google saying, hey, John, your account's been suspended indefinitely. So overnight, 90% of my income totally gone. Look, I was using Yahoo PPC back then. I think a bit of Bing as well, but most of the traffic is coming from Google. That's where you get your PPC. So gone. And look, it wasn't anything I was doing wrong. Google had changed their policies. They didn't. There was bad apples out there. Some bad apples, because they're affiliates. It's not their products. They don't really care about the reputation of the product, and people making all sorts of crazy claims, and so they ruined it for everyone. Google said, okay, no more affiliates advertising, especially making money online products, and thousands of accounts were suspended. Mine was one of them. I tried to get it back, tried calling them, but that's Google for you.
Wow. So that revenue stream, had you had something in mind in case that had happened, John, or were all your eggs in that basket?
Yeah, look, most of my eggs were in that basket. It was a tough lesson to learn. It was hard. However, I did know it was coming. I heard through the forums like Warrior Forum that this kind of thing was happening. And I knew I needed to have more control over my business. And one thing that you're constantly told is to build a list. So that's what I already had in place just before that happened. So I'd started building lists. Like I created a squeeze page. I created one-time offers, and I was starting to build my list. That was very early stages, but obviously when this thing happened with Google, I ramped it up. And the way I did that, the way I built my list back in those days, back in 2009, was, well, initially I used traffic exchanges and giveaway events to build up my list. And this is particularly relevant in the Make Money Online niche. And that worked back then. You can't do that today. Traffic exchanges are terrible. You don't go there for traffic. Even if you're just starting to build your list, it really is a waste of time. Giveaway events are not, they're really bad too. But that's what I did back then to get my first about 300 subscribers. And then I started doing email ad swaps where I basically, other list builders, they would promote, I would make, we'd have an agreement. One day they would email their list about my free offer, and I'd email my list about their free offer. And I did that very successfully, grew my list very fast to, over 50,000 in just a few years. Like it took me maybe 2 years, something like that, 2-3 years to build my list very large. But look, email ad swaps too, and some people do buy solo ads. I don't really recommend them these days. The quality has just dived. I stopped doing it quite a few years ago. And what I also did at the same time was created a lot of videos for YouTube, and I was getting a lot of free traffic, and they're much higher quality subscribers because you get to build a relationship with people. When you use YouTube, they get to see you and hear you and really get a feel for who you are, and you can offer lots of great free content. And so I was doing that, creating short how-to videos, and people that would watch those videos, I'd encourage them to get on my website. So they come to my website, they sign up for my free offer and get on my list.
What do those YouTube videos look like, John? What sort of content was on them?
Look, anything at all related to internet marketing. And ones that were really popular were anything to do with ClickBank. So how to set up a ClickBank account, how to find good ClickBank offers, how to get ClickBank banners and links on your website. That was really good. Also, anything to do with using Google AdWords worked really well as well. So teaching people how to set up Google AdWords campaigns and little things like using negative keywords and exact phrase keywords so that they weren't wasting a lot of their money.
Good stuff. You mentioned email lists there, John, and I think a lot of people now talk about email lists. Did any I'm trying to word this correctly, any unscrupulous activities go on? Do people share lists when haven't subscribed?
Yeah, look, there was definitely that kind of stuff going on, unfortunately. Obviously not through me. I've got a very good reputation in the industry. I don't do anything that is unethical. Basically, I treat people the way I want to be treated and always try to provide quality content. But look, there was a lot of people out there, and because of that, like I said, I don't do email ad swaps anymore. I don't buy solo ads because there's a lot of people cutting corners, doing things they shouldn't be doing. There were people basically pretending. So I mentioned email ad swaps before, where I would promote someone's offer to my list and they would promote my offer to their list. And there were people that were sending me fake clicks, basically. They were using I forget what sites where they can basically pay people like a few cents to perform tasks. So they weren't really people on their list and things like that. Okay. Yeah, things like that were going on all the time, more and more, I should say, and it just ruined it for everyone.
Yeah, I bet. If we can go on to, we're talking about squeeze pages and landing pages there, and I don't want to get too deep if people aren't aware of that. So you're probably the best man for this. How about you tell our listeners, what the purpose of a squeeze page is and what they're all about? Yeah,
good question. So when it takes a lot of effort to get traffic to your site. If you're using free methods like YouTube, there's a lot of time involved in creating videos. If you're using podcasting or however you're driving your free traffic, there's a lot of time involved. Now, with paid traffic, you're spending your money. Now, with whichever one you're doing, whether it's free traffic or paid traffic, you want to make sure that you're getting the best conversion from it. And the best thing you can be doing is getting people onto your list and then promoting your products and services, building a relationship with them. You don't want to send them just to a page, any page on your website where there's a lot of information and they sort of don't know what to do. So the best strategy is to be always directing your traffic to a squeeze page. And a squeeze page basically is, they've only got one option, and that's why they call it a squeeze page. There's only one thing they can do. When they get to the page, they're either going to opt in for your free offer or they're not. So a squeeze page typically it's just where you're offering a free report, could be a free video series, could be a webinar. Now I've used webinars and they're fantastic. So you get people onto your list, and then you start building that relationship, promoting your products and services. And if you look at a lot of very successful online businesses, if you look at some of the main business online, their home pages are very basic. They've got the main benefit that they're offering and a call to action. So if you go to Facebook, for example, and you're not logged in, you'll see it's very basic. If you go to Google, there's a classic example. All you get when you go to Google is the search bar, and that's all you see on the Google page. It's the number one site in the world. They don't confuse you with a lot of stuff. If you go to Netflix, it's like watch movies anytime, sign up now, and that's it. That's all they have. So that's what you want to be doing with your business. Don't confuse people. Give them your main benefit. Give them a call to action. Keep it simple.
Excellent. I tell you where we're going to lead on to now, because I'm just thinking about Facebook ads, John. So a lot of our clients sort of come to us and say, right, I want to target a certain demographic. But my concern is that they just want to be driven to the website. And of course, when you get to a website, as you say, you're faced with lots of different menus, sliders, that kind of stuff. So is that what you do to your clients? Do you get them to create a specific page from the Facebook ad?
Yeah, definitely. So if you're driving traffic with Facebook or any other paid medium, create whatever your campaign is based on, whatever you're offering in the ad, send them to a squeeze page that we've just been talking about, where they can opt in, or whatever your call to action is. If you want them to call you, make sure that's all it is on the page. Whatever it is you need them to do, sign up for a trial, that's the only option they have. Don't give them lots of other things to look at. Because a lot of business people think, well, I need to give them more information. There's always that concern that people, or I need to tell them how great my products and services are, and you don't want to do that. Keep it very, very simple. You've got to tell what's in it for them. What do you want them to do? That's all you need to have.
Sure. At the end of the day, if they've clicked through, that you've sold to them already, they get it. They know what you do. They know all the benefits. So they just want to then subscribe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Excellent. So you mentioned about sort of Google went off a little bit, and I think a lot of people are feeling the pain about the pricing. So do you use Facebook ads now for affiliate marketing, or are you well out of that now? Or?
Look, yeah, what I do today, so I have my own products that I sell online. I help people build up their own online business. So I'm still in the game. I still do practice what I preach for myself, for my own business, but I also help businesses get their business online or get better conversions and just make more money online. And definitely, usually, it depends on the niche you're in, but most times Facebook is going to be the place to go for paid traffic. There's just so much you can do with Facebook. It's not as expensive as Google AdWords. You can really micro-target your audience. It's geographically, their interests. You can do a lot of retargeting as well based on people that already visited your site, or maybe they've watched one of your videos. There's just so much you can do with Facebook ads that it's definitely what I recommend for paid traffic.
Can I take you back? I mentioned a term back at the start of the interview there about passive income. Do you get people asking you, like, how can I create this passive income and this Shangri-La of sitting there and being paid to do nothing?
Yeah. Look, it is a question I get a lot. I get a lot from people that I work with. I get it from family and friends. And look, there's so many different ways to make money online. And before I even suggest anything to someone, and sorry, not just making money online, but passive income, because that's what I'm passionate about. I want to create businesses and systems that will create money for me so I can go and do other stuff with my time. But before I suggest anything to someone, I always ask them, okay, what is it you're interested in? So what's your interest, what's your passion, what's your experience? And then based on that, then I give them some suggestions. So for some people, it might be starting an Amazon FBA business. So if they don't have anything going at all, if they don't have a business and starting from scratch, Amazon FBA is a great place to be. There's so much potential there. And what I'm talking about, with Amazon FBA, it's fulfillment by Amazon. It's where you sell physical products on Amazon's website. You can do that from anywhere in the world. And the reason why I tell people about that if they don't have a business is because it's a long-term business model. You can automate a lot of it. When you get started, you have to learn the system and how it works. But once you do, you can add more and more products. You can outsource a lot of it to VAs, and you can automate a lot of it. And you can make very good profit margins. Again, you can do it for anywhere in the world. And you can really scale up your business. So that's something I recommend for people to look at. If that's not for people, and they've already got a product that they want to sell, then okay, we'll look at, all right, let's create first of all a website and e-commerce platform to be able to sell it. So whether it's WordPress and you're using Stripe, or using a membership site, if it's an information product and you want to have recurring billing, and that's highly recommended. Anything that I always tell people too, when you're setting up your business, in all ways possible, get recurring billing in your business. That's how you can grow your business, create that passive income, and it makes it so that it's much more valuable when you go to sell that business. So recently, I'll give you an example I'm talking about. In America, there's a company called the Dollar Shave Club. Recently sold for $1 billion to Unilever. Now, when it sold, their annual revenue was only around 200 million, but it sold for 1 billion. Why? Because they were on a subscription. And that's what you want to be doing. It's so much, if you've got someone paying you on a monthly basis, so much easier to obviously have that customer paying you on a monthly basis, keep that customer, and earn much more money than trying to get the sale every single month, trying to get your sales quota every single month. So create a recurring billing model in your business, and you can do that in almost all businesses. You can set that kind of thing up. So that's what I look at. Like, I'll help people if they've got, again, a product or service they want to sell, help them get it online, create the sales funnel for it, create the sales page for it. Webinars, as I mentioned before, are a great way to automate your business, and they have a high conversion rate. So if you can incorporate webinars to create goodwill and sell your products, especially if you're selling high ticket items, anyway, there's lots of different ways. I tend to tell people things to stay away from is anything that sounds too good to be true. I recently, there was a friend of mine. He was about to pay $5,000 for a program from a respected international internet marketer, and I told him don't do it, because it was a very outdated system, and I knew it wouldn't make him money. So you do have to be careful. If you're not sure, definitely ask. There's places like Warrior Forum is excellent for asking for advice. Contact Ian, contact myself if you're not sure about a system or a program, if it's of any value.
It's interesting, John, because I think there's lots of snake oil out there at the moment, and especially when it comes to coaches selling programs. So what does the percentage conversion look like? You mentioned that webinars were good. If you're going to do a webinar, is there actually a metric? Do you know what the percentage conversion is on people actually taking the program?
Yeah. Look, if you're doing live webinars, then you can get them converting anywhere between 30 to 15%, which is awesome conversion rate. Again, especially if you're selling high ticket items. Now, if it's an automated webinar, and I like those because I like as much anything I can do to automate my business, I'll do. And if you ever do use automated webinars or evergreen webinars, don't ever pretend that it's a live webinar. You don't want to do that. You don't want to be insincere or misleading in any way. It's never ever good for business. But if you're using automated webinars, a good one will convert anywhere between 10 and 5%.
That's a good percentage, actually.
Yeah, well, that's right. Especially when you compare it to a sales page. So a traditional sales page, 2% they say is a good conversion rate. A video sales letter, you maybe get 5%.
Who buys these programs, John? I mean, you mentioned there a friend of yours is going to pay like $5,000. but then you also mentioned the Dollar Shave Club, where the clues in the title, it's $1. So is the people who buy it, because it's a big ticket item, 5K. Is there many people that do that?
Yeah, look, I know of people that have paid more than 5K, $10,000, and look, there is a lot of hype out there for programs, and especially you'll find people usually that are getting closer towards retirement age, where they haven't achieved what they want to achieve. They're a bit scared because they don't have enough super to continue with the lifestyle that they want when they do leave their employment. So usually you'll find people close to retirement age or people that are retired, if you go to these seminars, to live ones, you'll see most of them, they're not younger people, they're usually the older people.
And what sort of things are they looking for? What kind of programs are popular?
Well, yeah, I think what anyone should be looking for, what you should be looking for, is someone that you can trust, someone that's got a system that makes sense to you, that clicks, that you really feel that you could do, and follow that system to the T. Don't try your own thing. Don't buy lots of different systems. Choose one, work at it consistently until you get results. A lot of people, they buy into different programs and they just spread themselves way too thin. They want to try this and that, and they just never get anything working. So, but unfortunately, like you said, there is a lot of dodgy programs out there and people selling them, and it's the old get rich quick thing.
Yeah.
I see a lot of, I remember going about 6 years ago to a seminar event in a hall, and the guy that was talking, he's very successful, but the product that he was selling, I could tell wasn't a good quality product. But the reason why he was so popular, because he was telling people, all you need to do is log into this platform I've created for you, buy a domain, we'll scrape together a site for you, populate it with Amazon affiliate links, and you're gonna make money. Just create heaps of these sites and you'll make money. And anyone that's been in the industry for a long time knows that Google hates those kind of sites that are not original content, just scraped together. And look, yeah, sure, you might make a little bit of money, and maybe even some money, even some decent money initially, but eventually the business is going to nothing's going to happen with it. Google's not going to index your site. You're not going to be making money, and you'll be, it's just going to be wasted effort.
Before we wrap it up, John, can I take you back to Google and pay-per-click? What's your thoughts on that now going forward? Obviously, things have changed. It's more expensive compared to the likes of Facebook. Is it still something we should be looking at?
Yeah, look, definitely Google does have its place, and you still can make money with Google. What you need to know, and it's important in every business, is to know exactly what is your lead value. What is your customer value? So for every lead that you bring into your business, how much are they going to be spending on average? So if you know that for every lead you get, they're going to be worth to you, for example, let's say it's $50, then you can use any medium you want. You can go Google AdWords, you can go Facebook, whatever, LinkedIn, and as long as the cost to get that lead is less than $50, use it. But so tracking is so important, knowing your lead value is so important, and obviously optimizing your sales funnel so that your lead value gets higher and higher. That'll give you more power to go and advertise and bring in even more business. So optimize your squeeze page, optimize your sales funnel, the whole process, so that you're getting the most out of your business. You're making the most money you can per lead that you get in.
Do you also look at the lifetime of the customer as well, John? Do you take that into account?
Yeah, definitely. And when we're talking about lead value, that's exactly what we mean, lifetime, not just initial purchase, but we're talking about initial purchase, but going beyond that, if they're recurring billing, how long on average does that client stay with you? Is it 3 months, 6 months, a year? And so you work out that value.
Well, John, I'm looking at my clock here, and we're getting on a little bit. But before I go, I want to hear, where you are, where can we find you? Is that okay?
Yeah, please. Yeah, thank you, Ian. So my website is my name, which is not easy. So I'll spell it. It says johnlagoudakis.com, JOHNLAGOUDAKIS.com. Now on my website, you can find out what I'm up to, but also I actually have a webinar myself where I share with people exactly how to get your business online. So I take you through everything, all the way from picking an excellent domain name through to setting up your website, through to monetizing your site, building your list, driving traffic, and creating a business plan to get you to that 7-figure business. So anyone can go to my website, get access to that webinar, and so I highly recommend it. A lot of great content in there.
Good stuff. I'll link to that in the show notes. Are your YouTube videos still up there as well, John?
Yeah, I do have some YouTube videos. There's not as many of them out there. A lot of them have become dated now, and I'm glad you brought that up, because a lot of people, when they're starting out with a business, now a lot of people want to get the free advertising. They want to do the YouTube, especially social media. That's very hot. Setting up a Facebook page and Twitter and all that. And all those are good, and you should have that in your business. However, paid traffic is what you want to master, because generating free traffic takes a lot of time and effort, and it's never guaranteed. Like with SEO, for example, you don't know if Google's going to change their algorithms, and could be getting traffic today, nothing tomorrow. But if you can master paid traffic, if you know how to create Facebook ad campaigns that don't cost you an arm and a leg, and you've optimized your sales funnels so people are opting in at a good rate and they're buying your products, that's where you want to be, because you can turn that off and on anytime you like, and it's an instant ATM machine for you.
Love that. Excellent. It's a really good tip, John. So check the webinar rather than look at YouTube. The webinar's there on the website, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. That's the best place.
Good stuff. Well, John, thanks for that. There's some good takeaways in there for our listeners, and I'll keep an eye on you.
Thank you, Ian. I really appreciate you having me on. And I hope that everyone that's listening has gotten something out of it.
That was John Lagoudakis. I hope you found that interesting. Great to hear from John there. He's talking about online marketing. I've had a lot of emails from you guys regarding affiliate marketing and passive income. So hopefully there were some takeaways there for you. I think one takeaway is there's no substitute for hard work, though, when it comes to, having affiliate marketing in mind. We've got a special Christmas edition planned, as you know, so please drop me a line. We'll sort that out. We can get you on the show. If you've got your Christmas party coming up soon, please take care. And until then, I'm Ian Farrer. This is the Industry Angel, and thanks for listening.